Hello everyone. Today's session is about OpenStack Swift file sync and share solution with file permission. We have a copy of the OpenStack running in an Ubuntu server, and you can see the OpenStack Swift containers are ready. We also have a copy of the Gladinet Cloud Enterprise running. It's a multi-tenant edition. There's also a single-tenant enterprise edition. So today we're demonstrating the multi-tenant one because it allows us to, using different kind of setup for different tenants. So as usual, we are creating a new tenant, and the reason for creating a new tenant is to be able to map it to a new OpenStack Swift container. And it's pretty flexible. If later on you want to map a specific user to a specific container, you can do so as well. But for the simplicity of the demonstration, we're just using the, like map the container to a specific tenant. So it's asking us to create the like new container. We just go ahead and create a new container, or we can just map it to an existing one. So now the tenant was created, so we will be logging in to the Firefox browser. We're using different browsers to log in using different user identity, right? So normally the created tenant will be in his own building, his own computer. But for the demonstration, we are using multiple users all showing up in one computer. So we are using different browsers to simulate different users. So for this demonstration, we're going to show the Active Directory integration as well. It's optional, but we just go ahead and use Active Directory because that's very common for the users and the service providers and enterprise out there. Almost every company use Active Directory to some extent. So just specify the user who's capable of querying the Active Directory. So now we can add some users. So we can do import users by Active Directory. Before that, let's just make this tenant, add some users to this tenant. So just give it 20 additional more users. So you will have 21 users for us to play with and to do demonstration on. So now next we're going to create some users in the Active Directory. So most of the time your users will exist in the Active Directory already, but for demonstration we just create some users. So we're going to create an organizational unit first, and we're going to call it tenant 21. And after that, we are going to create some users. So we call it tenant 21, employee number 1. So I made a mistake here to put the full email address in. So we are going to correct that later on. So for now, just go ahead and finish the setup of the user. So now we're going to go and create the other user. So it's tenant 21 and employee number 2. So now we have 2 users to work with, and now we are ready to go back to the tenant and import those users into the system here. So we found two users from Active Directory, and then we are going to go ahead and import these two users into the system here. And you can see the email address is wrong, right? So we're going to go back and correct that first. So we are going to go back to the Active Directory server and then touch the employee number one's email address to fix that. So it has a double email sign in it, so we will get rid of it. There you go. So now the email address is fixed. So now we are going to go ahead and add the tenant 21 back. So we found two users, and then we can continue. As you can see here, the query of the Active Directory is in real time. The moment we fix the email address on the Active Directory server, the email address was pulled in, the correct one. So now with the users set, with the files and folders set, with the OpenStack container set, now we are ready to show and demonstrate the permission. So permission and control. So you can say who can access what team folder and which part of the folder. So it's kind of like a controlled collaboration environment. So first we're going to verify that the files and folders exist in OpenStack first. So we created this tenant 21 container, and you can see the files and folders are showing up. So now we're going to go ahead and create a team folder. So the tenant admin can turn any folders into a team folder. So the team folder is kind of like a network share, but instead of limiting the network share to a local area network, so now it's like a network share over a wide area network. So tenant employee number one has full control, and employee number two only has read permission. We can explain what the owner means, right? Ownership, right? So you can also assign an owner to the team folder, so the owner can continue to add and delete users. So it's kind of can dedicate the team folder control to other employee in the company here. So now we're going to log in as a tenant 21 employee number one. So remember, this user has full control to the documents folder. So if we are going to upload some files to it, we should be allowed to. So we upload some files to it, and then it's successful. So that's good. That's expected. So we just uploaded some files. So now let's log in as another user. So we're still using different browsers to simulate different users. So this time we're going to use the employee number two. So we log in as employee number two. Remember, we only assigned read-only permission to the team folder. So this user is able to see the contents in the team folder, but this user will not be able to upload any files. And as expected, the upload was rejected. So now that's demonstration of the full control against read permission. So now well, before I continue to demonstrate the folder permission, I'm going to set up some color coding here. So just by looking at the color theme, you can see who's who. So I'm going to use the lime green as employee number one, and then mauve as employee number two, and the blue as the tenant admin. So now go back to the tenant admin, and then we're going to go into the documents folder, and then we're going to create some folders. So the first one we're going to say it's a top secret folder. So because we're going to further limit who can access the top secret folder, and then we're also going to create a public area folder. So we're just going to upload some files to the two folders. It doesn't have to be the real top secret documents, but just pretend these are the top secret documents, and then also some documents for the public area. So what I'm going to show you is, besides the team folder, when you gated the permissions at the entry, so now you can also fine-tune the folder permission. So if you can click on the permissions. So for this one, this is the top secret folder. So let's say we're going to define the top secret folder. So we say, okay, so employee number 1 can access the top secret folder, but not employee number 2. So just get rid of that for employee number 2. So employee number 1 can do a lot of things, but employee number 2 cannot. So now let's go back to the public area and then set up the permissions. So let's say for the public area, so let's say this is the folder that you're going to have some company-wide information. You want the employees to read and get the information, but you don't want them to be able to write to it or delete, right? So basically you can change that, and then you can get rid of the write permission and delete permission, so they can see but they cannot touch for the public area. So now after it's set up, let's see. So for employee number 1, the lime green one, so he should be able to go into both folders without any difficulty, right? Because we gave him the permission. So this user is employee number 2. See, the top secret folder was protected, right? So it cannot go into the top secret folder. So what if, during the use of this product, you say, hey, if the top secret folder is not allowed, why you are showing it up, right? It's kind of like a tease the employee saying, hey, there's a folder, but you cannot click into it. And we do have a group policy control to control that behavior. So let's say if you don't want that folder to ever show up, you can say so look at the group policy here. Don't show folder that the user doesn't have read permission. So if you apply that user policy, and then if you go back to the as you can see here right away, the top secret folder disappeared for employee number 2, right? Because you said the group policy, if the user cannot read, then don't show it, right? So that's the file permission. So as a summary, we show the OpenStack Swift access with file permission and control. Thank you.